We got the rings at shoulder height. We're sitting down and back into a squat pattern. Don't bring your feet too far forward. Bring your feet directly below where the rings are attached, yeah? The first movement is to depress the scapula down and back. The second movement is to pull your elbows out to the side. So keep those elbows back in line with the shoulders. Push your bum back a little bit at the top. Pause. 1, 2, 3. And then come back super slowly. 1, 2, 3. Feel the full stretch of your shoulder. Depress your scapula down. Pull your elbows back. Don't let your elbows go forward of your shoulders. Hold it back. 1, 2, 3. And then come down. So when you're doing the pull motion, you've got to make sure that those elbows stay back. Don't let your elbows come forward, yeah? Squeeze your shoulders down and back. Make sure you get your 3-second pause at the top, and we're gonna aim to do 8 to 12 repetitions. All right, so we've got the pole behind the back with a supinated grip, shoulders back. So what you're trying to do with the pole here is you're trying to lift your chest up, lock the elbows. I'm pushing the pole down, and then the push of the chest is going to pull the pole off my butt, right? And then from there, we're going to take a nice big long lunge pattern. We're going to ensure that front foot, that knee's not rolling in. So we turn in the knee out, we're pulling the shoulders back, chest up, lunging down. 1, 2, 3, and then picking it back up again. So we're going to do a minimum of 10, working our way upwards towards 20 per leg, yeah? So you can use a stick for this one, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lie on your back, you're going to put your arms overhead, you're doing a shoulder press but lying down on the ground. So you want to keep really strict with your technique here. You want to keep the hands pressing against the ground, you're keeping your lower back flexed against the ground, and then you're pushing the arms up overhead. You're keeping the elbows in contact with the ground. If that's too difficult, what you can do is you can take the hands wider apart, and then when you press up, you at least are getting a good technique by keeping your elbows flat, and then as it loosens up, then you can start bringing your hands overhead closer, and so you get more of an overhead press position. Really important with this one is to keep the lower back flat against the ground, keep the elbows and the back of the hands pressing into the floor. Hold it 1, 2, 3, and then come back. When you press overhead, make sure that your shoulders give that extra press overhead. So that push over there, don't just stop there, press that shoulder up into your ears. And you're going to do anything from 8 to 12 repetitions of each one. I'm going to demonstrate the next round, but I'm going to do it for the camera, so talk through it. So you got your rings at about hip height. You're hanging back at an angle that you can keep your hips up. Remember to not drop your hips down like that. Keep your hips up. Initially you'd go with your palms facing forward. Then you're recruiting the shoulder blades together. Once your shoulder blades are recruited together, you twist your palms up into a supinated grip. You lift your chest up, you squeeze your shoulders back, 1, 2, 3, then recruit your hands facing forward, shoulder blades recruited down and back, turn the palms up, 2, 2, 3, and then back. Always looking up, and when you get to this top range of motion, pull those shoulders back, lift that chest up. We want to really open up that chest at the top range of motion, and we're going to do 10 upwards to 12 repetitions. You're going to give yourself a bit of a heel raise so you can get a deeper squat. You're going to put the pole on your back. You're making sure that those elbows are staying nice and forward to open up the shoulders. And firm grip, bed the pinky over the pole. And then you're squatting down, keeping your elbows nice and upright. Keep the lower back erect, squat down, pause, 1, 2, 3, and then back up. Making sure you keep your elbows nice and forward. So you're going to do minimum 10 upwards to 20 repetitions. So you've got your rings down at knee height, and then you're going to choose an angle that feels manageable for yourself. When you come down, you're keeping your palms facing in toward each other. You're also making sure that your butt is tucked up and under. Feel the stretch of the shoulder at the bottom. When you push up, make sure your biceps are turned in and forward. You're pushing your scapula apart. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, come down, 1, 2, 3. Push apart. To make it easier, you step forward. To make it more challenging, you step back. And you're going to aim to do 8 to 12 repetitions. Okay, so the face pulls, you're choosing an angle that's fairly easy on the rows. So on the last, when you did the supinated rows, you were hanging back, so a little bit more of that angle. With this one, we want to make the angle easier, so it's about a 75-degree angle. The palms are facing down. The first thing you're going to do is recruit the shoulder blades down the back. Then you're going to row with your elbows high, and then the trick is to rotate the elbows open on that external rotation at the top, yeah? Internally rotate. Release it, pull the shoulders back, bang, up, external, hold the external rotation, 1, 2, 3, internally rotate, release. So we're basically taking the shoulder back, rotating open, hold it, 2, 3, release, come back. And we're going to do 8 to 12 repetitions. Here we're going to have the palms facing forward, we're going to reach the arms up overhead. So you're pushing your arms overhead, you're pushing your shoulders into your ears, so you're getting as much elevation through your shoulders as possible. Take a fairly wide stance, reach up and reach over to the side, keeping the elbows super locked. Feel that big stretch in those lats. 1, 2, 3, come back to the center. Reach the stick up, reach over to the side. 2, 2, 3, come back to the center. Avoid your elbows bending, yeah? So lock up, reach over, 3, 2, 3. So you're going to do 10 repetitions alternating sides, yeah? Keep going. Okay, so we're going to go bicep curls. So we lean back into the rings. We have the hands nice and high. We're going to bend the elbows, so curl, recruit the biceps, and then drop back down again. So it's up, recruit the biceps, keep the elbows nice and high, and drop down. You're going to do a minimum of 10 upwards to 20 repetitions. Okay, so we're going to do the tricep press. So we're leaning forward, we're scooping the pelvis up and under, locking it in, bringing the elbows up over the ears, bend the hands back behind the head, drive up, lock it in, keep the abs tight. To make it more challenging, you can walk back. You'll feel the abs recruiting a lot more when you walk back like that, and you're going to do 10 to 20 repetitions.